Welcome in our today's session, and as you can see I have two data sets here, small tables, whereby the first table has a salesperson name, sales amount, and then the columns that we're going to fill using VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, index and match, and then be able to calculate commission. And remember, we have another table here that has sales and then commissions percentages. So these are ranges that if you're within 50%, $50,000, you get 3%. If you're within $75,000, you get 4%. All the way to $200,000, you get 9% and above. Now we want to see how, based on this number of sales, what percentage are we going to get for these team members using VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, index and match, and then be able to compute the commission, which is this amount times the rate. Now, so we are going to start with the VLOOKUP is equals to VLOOKUP. What is our VLOOKUP value? Which is the lookup value is the this cell C with the amount. So remember to log the column, comma, and then from there it's asking us what is the table array that we are looking up from. So our table array, again, it is this table here. So once you pick it out, remember to lock the table, lock column. This is absolute referencing, lock column and rows at the same time. And for those who have the old version of some computers, you can just click on F4, F4, F4. But for us, we have to do Shift F, Shift 4, yeah, to be able to look. It's just the dollar sign and then comma. So from there now, we need to provide the column index. So which column index are we returning from this point, which is the column number 2. So column index 2, comma, and then like from our previous class, we used false, which was an exact match. But right now, we're not looking for an exact match. We are not looking for an approximate match because we don't have an exact match for 171,900. We are looking for an approximate match within this range. So we are going to have a true, which is hit. Then we have a true, you close, you hit enter, you get the percentage. So allow me to run through the formula to be able to get the rest of the rates. And then from here, allow me to explain why are we having 6 here, why are we having 4 here, why are we having 6 here, what is happening with this formula. So when you look at the 171, where does it fall within this table? So the 171 is in between 125 and 175. So what the formula does, and across all this, what the formula is going to do is that it looks at the number. What is the maximum number? We get that the maximum number in this table within for this value is 175, and then it returns back the lowest commission rate, which is now the range within the rate at which that value falls. So the maximum and then the lowest is 125, which has 6. So obviously that the 171,900 falls within this range, so that it's able to get the 6%. And then another thing you need to note that on this, for this to work effectively, you must have arranged your data in ascending order, smallest to the largest. That is secret number 1, that you must have arranged your rates from smallest to the largest. Now, let's now apply the same formula using the XLOOKUP to be able to get this rate. So is equals to XLOOKUP. What is our lookup value? Again, is the same value. And then from there, allow me to lock this cell again. So what is the lookup array? The lookup array that has the sales revenues is this. So I select what is the return array? The return array, we are returning this commission rate. Select. Then remember to lock your columns. Remember to lock them. Your data ranges, please remember to lock them, so that when we drag our formula, the reference does not change. The reference stays the same. Comma. Now, if we don't find the value, what value should we return? we can say we can return not available because the value is not there. So for us to type a text, we have to use quote, which is an A, and then comma. Now, what kind of return type are we, or rather match mode, are we going to return here? So from this, remember the first one we used the exact match, but right now we are not going to use the exact match because we're trying to look for an approximate match. So for VLOOKUP, it is true, which is the approximate match. But now what about the XLOOKUP? XLOOKUP, it is -1, which is the exact or next smaller item. So here you have to enter -1 or simply pick here and then hit tab. So because I had written one, let me do away with one minus and then close, then hit enter, we get the same. So from this we are able to drag down and be able to get the same rates. As you can see, we have the same rates here. Now let's do the same using index and match. Is equals to index and match. Index, what is the array? The array is where the table that has information, which is going to be this. So allow me to lock this table again. And then from that you also need to provide the row number, but instead of writing the row number, you're going to use the function match. So match tab lookup value, it is this value that we are trying to look, and then you remember to look that. Now lookup array, where are we trying to look up this value from? The lookup array, this value is found in this range. Remember to lock the range. And then comma. Now again, you need to know that what are we looking up for here? That is the same as true, that is the same as -1 in XLOOKUP. Remember, it is the next small value, so you don't have to go for greater than. That's the reason why you're going to pick the less than value. The less than value. So on this less than, you hit tab, which is the less value that we are looking for. So you can find out that these numbers, they vary based on the function, but they mean the same thing. So comma, and then comma to return now the column number. Remember, the column number we're looking for is column number 2. Close, hit enter, we get the same rate. Then we drag down our formula. And then instead of also dragging down like that, you can simply do a double tap on the plus button. Okay, so you can see we have been able to return the same commission rates using various functions like the XLOOKUP, the VLOOKUP, index and match combined, and then the commission is just the multiplication of the rate times the revenue of the cells. Thank you for watching.